valuing their inventory of toasters. So on May 31st, they had 42 toasters on hand. What's the average cost per toaster? So this one we don't have to do the full problem and find the inventory. We just need to find the average price per toaster. So again, the average price per toaster, you need to know how many total toasters you bought. We have to total this here. Oh, sorry, they did that for us. And you need the total cost, which again, they did for us. Okay, so to find the average, you take the cost, the total cost, divided by the total units. Okay, so the dollars divided by the number of items. So we had a total of $3,069.74. We're going to divide that by 140 toasters. We get 21.92671429. Again, just leave that in your calculator. Now, here's where you look at the question, because sometimes they ask you to go further than others. So that first question we did, we had to do a lot more work. We had to do the totals. They hadn't done that for us. Then we had to find the average cost, which we just did. And then we had to find the value of the inventory. Now this question doesn't ask for the value of the inventory. It just wants to know what's the average cost per toaster. It's 21.92. So here we get to stop. It says to round to the nearest cent, which is 2 places after the decimal is our cents. So we're wanting to cut our number off, right here. Okay, we look at the number next to see if we need to round up. 6 is larger than 5, so we do round up. And we get $21.93 would be our average cost per toaster. Alright, let's take a look at another. Again, it's really important to read these questions to see exactly what they're looking for, and then answer from there. Okay, so here we have records at the Big Foods Show has an opening balance of receipt for packages of hot dog buns. Okay, at the end of the month, they have 26 packages on hand. What's the value of the ending inventory using the average cost method? Again, we're going to learn 2 other methods, so knowing the average cost is just the first one. Alright, so again, what we have to have first is the average cost of the items. That's what the average cost method does. When we're done, we'll go ahead and take that times 26 to find the value of our inventory, but first we have to find the average cost. In order to find the average cost, we have to have a total of both how many units we received and the price of those. Now notice they're making us do even one more step here because we don't have the total price for each order. So over here I'm going to have to find the total price of each order, then total it up. So that's what we're going to start with. We're going to find the total price of each order. So let's look at our first one here. Opening balance, there were 84 received and they were $1.45 each. So to find that, you just multiply 84 times $1.45. Okay, so the total price for that order was $121.80. Now let's do the next one. Next time they ordered 72 at $1.23, so we take 72 times 1.23. The total cost of that order was $88.56. Okay, next we have 64 items. They were $1.62 each. That's $103.68. And finally down here, 48 items, $1.70 each. We get $81.60. Okay, so those are the totals for our orders. Now we need to total these 2 things here. We need a total of items we've received and a total of all of those costs together. So let's total our items that we've received. Okay, so we add the 84, 72, 64, and 48, and we get 268 total items. Now we need to total over here the price of each of our orders. We need to add all of those together. So we add 121.80 plus $88.56 plus $103.68 plus $81.60. We get a total of $395.64. All right. We've totaled. We totaled each order. We totaled the units we received. We totaled the price of all of our orders together. Now we need to find the average cost. Okay. That's what the average cost method is all about. You find the average cost of each item. So we take $395.64, our total price, divided by the total number of items that we have, which was 268. When we do, we get about 1.476268657. Now, if they had asked us just for the average cost of an item, we would go ahead and round this off to $1.48. Since we're moving on, because they want the know the value of the total ending inventory, again, just leave that number in your calculator, okay? And that's the average cost of an item. So for our inventory, remember we had 26 packages left. We're just going to take that number times 26 and then round at the end. So that gives me $38, and it says 0.3829. It goes on from there. It wants it rounded to the nearest cent, so we need to cut off right here. The 2 is not big enough to round up, so we just get $38.38 is the value of our inventory at the end of the month. Okay, so that took us through all of the steps we might have to go through in a problem. All right, this is our final